Good morning, students. So, my present, I'm going to continue the discussion. So, with the last class. So, here, before going to get into discussion, I want to clarify one thing. So, what is machine learning? So, machine learning, in simple way, in order to perform any task, what will you do? We are going to interact with the computer, right? So, here, what we are going to do in order to perform the task. So, generally, what you can do. So, we are going to provide the input. We are going to provide the input, so that is in terms of data. Otherwise, we are going to provide the program. So what is this? This is the traditional programming method. Traditional programming method. So what you are going to get, you will get the output. You will get the output. So this is the general method what we are going to practicing since you interacted with the computers, right? So but here what you are going to do, you are going to provide the input and the output to the system, so that you are going to get the new output or whatever. Okay, so this is the machine learning. So here what you are doing, you are whatever the system you want to adapt, so you are making the machine to learn the new things. So you are adapting the system to perform something. So like I will tell you one example. Suppose nowadays what we are doing, we are very much familiar with online shopping, right? So online shopping. So just what you want to purchase a bicycle. Okay, what will you do? You will go to the some Google and bicycles online. So you are going to get some sites, Amazon, Flipkart, so and so, and you search for the different models. Okay, so then you logged out your account. So after some time, so after 1 hour, 2 hours or 2 days, so again you are going to log in the system. Then whenever you are going to log in the system, what will you do? What will you get? You will be recommended. So with what? The offers are available models. So those automatically the bicycle models are going to be recommended for you. So how it is happening? Why it is happening? So in traditional programming, such behavior we cannot see. If you are going to provide the input, then only we are going to get the output. That's it. But here what we have observed, without our interference, automatically we are getting notified with the system itself regarding the products what we have searched for. Yes or no? So that is the concept of machine learning. The machine adapted the behavior of the user. So the machine itself, it is notifying to the user, so what kind of models are available, what kind of products are available which are related to his search. So this is the basic concept of machine learning. And one more thing, so we people are nowadays what we are viewing in the TVs like Netflix. Suppose we have taken a genre like crime. So the genre we have taken crime, and we are watching the crime movies. So after watching one crime movie, so you will be notified with similar kind of movies. Otherwise, so those who are the persons who are watching the crime genre, so whatever the movies they are watching, suppose some ex-person is there, he also interested in the crime movies, so he watched 10 movies. So after you selecting first movie, so as a genre crime, then these 10 movies, 9 movies are recommended for you automatically. So they will be get notified. So you may interested in these movies. Like this, notifications are going to be received from our end. So that is the machine learning concept. So here what we are going to see. So here I want to clarify one thing. So that is one of the technique we have discussed is regression analysis. What is regression analysis? What is this? So here before going to get into regression analysis, so it is an analysis which we are going to be performed on dependent and independent variables. Suppose I have given with one task. What is the task? Assess the one particular XYZ organization is there, annual sales. I want to assess the XYZ organization annual sales. How can I assess? So what are the factors which are going to be influence those annual sales? And what factors are influencing that particular sale report? So that I need to identify. So this annual sale, whatever we are going to find out, the annual sale is a dependent variable. So which is depending on various factors. So whatever the factors which are influencing those annual sales, those are all independent variables. So whatever the factor which is influenced by other, that is a dependent variable. So in order to find out the relation between dependent and independent variable, what we are going to find out? Regression analysis we are going to find out. And what we need to concentrate, outliers also we need to identify. What is an outlier? Just like in general we can use the term outsiders. So those are the outers, or those are the persons. So they are going to what we can expect. So they are causing some disturbances. They are deviating the system. So such things are going to be considered as outliers. So here, in order to find out the relationship between dependent and independent, what we have to do, we need to find out the outliers also. And so what we need to do, so underfitting and overfitting. Here one more thing, underfitting and overfitting. What is underfitting? What is overfitting? Suppose we are going to find out the relationship between 2 points, right? So this is x point, some y variable. So here I am going to plot a line like this. So these are all the data values. And here again I am going to plot the relationship between 2 variables, x and y itself. What I am trying to do, see this. What I am doing here, what is the difference you observe? So here there is a straight line, so which is not bothering about connecting the points, whatever the data points. But here this is a curved line. So what it is doing, so it is trying to interact with each and every point. It is trying to interact with each and every point. So just like what we can say, so this is overfitting, this is underfitting. So just I am delivering lecture, so without bothering whether you are listening or not, just I am going with my lecture itself. That is underfitting. Suppose I want to concentrate, there are 30 students in my classroom, I want to inculcate my topic to each and every student, so that I am going to concentrate each and every one, so who is listening or not, what he is doing, whether he is playing with mobile or whether he is sleeping or whether he is in trance, so that I am going to concentrate each and every candidate to give the lecture, to inculcate my concept to his. But that is the overfitting, underfitting and overfitting. So these are all the things we need to consider for regression analysis. Okay, so in order to find out the relationship between all these things, we are going to perform the regression analysis. So here one more thing I want. So the regression analysis is 2 types. So listen carefully. So this is a linear regression and this is logistic regression. So there are 2 classifications in the regression analysis. So here, if you are going to consider the linear regression, what we are going to see, so it is a dependent variable over continuous in nature. So dependent variable is over continuous in nature. Continuous in nature in the sense continuous type of values, 1, 2, 3. So that is a measuring price value, measuring weight value. So whatever the quantity which we are going to be measured in terms of numerical values, those are treated as continuous values. So here what we are going to find out the linear relationship, linear in the sense, so one kind of similarity. So here we are going to find out simple linear and multiple linear. What is simple linear? So there is only one independent variable and one dependent variable, that is simple linear. There is one dependent and more than one independent variable, that is a multiple linear relationship. So here what we are going to, yesterday during the discussion of our class, we came to know in order to find out the target function. We have written one formula we have written. So training data and learning algorithm. So V of B equals to W0 plus W1 x1 W2 x2 so on Wn xn. In the same kind of way, we are, in order to find out the relationship between two values, here what we are going to write. So y equals to beta 1 plus beta 2 x2 beta 3 x3 so on beta x nx. And so this epsilon is a so error rate. Okay, epsilon is a error rate. So that is the reason I want to clarify. So whatever yesterday we discussed about the target function, learning algorithm, so whenever we are going to find out the simple training data, so whatever the values we have, whatever the formula we have considered, so in order to clarify you that I have taken this. So y equals to, so what are beta 1, beta 2? So those are the constant values, and x1, x2, so those are the values. That is whatever the relationship between, we are going to find out between two variables. One of the variable is this, and so this is error rate. So if there is an error, so that we are going to find out with consider with the help of epsilon. So in case of logistic relationship, what we are going to consider, the dependent variable is binary. So here the dependent variable is continuous value, and here the dependent variable is a binary. What is a binary? Binary means we are going to have true and false. Okay, so generally we are going to represent with 1 and 0. So 1 is the representation for true, positive, success, pass. So these are all the considerations for 1, and in the same way 0 is the consideration for false, failure and negative. So these are all the representations for 0, right? So here what we are going to find out, we are going to find out the best fit model, so which is going to be fit, or which is going to be identify. So this is the best relationship between independent variable and dependent variable. So in order to find out that, we are going to use the logistic regression. So here independent variables can be continuous or binary. So sometimes independent variable, so dependent variable is a binary, but independent variable can be continuous or binary. And so this relationship is also considered as logarithmic relationship or logistic relationship. And this logistic regression we are going to be used in machine learning concepts. So it is going to deals with the probability to measure the relationship between dependent and independent variable. Why we need to find out all these things? In order to, so what just now I told you, so in order to assess whatever the things, or in order to perform a particular task, what you are going to face, you are going to face dependent variables and independent variables. So in order to find out the relationship between those dependent and independent variables, what we require, so regression analysis is required. So again the regression analysis is going to be classified as linear regression and logistic regression. Linear regression and logistic regression. Clear? I hope this is clear for you. And in order to identify, so the relationship, again there is one more concept, that is confusion matrix. Confusion matrix. What we require? Confusion matrix. Confusion matrix is also find out the relationship between two values. So here how we are going to find out, I will tell you with an example so that it is clear for you. So just I am going to take no s, and here I am going to take no s. Okay, the total number of records I am going to consider as 165. And so what are these? These are the predicted values. Predicted values. What are these? Actual values. These are actual values. These are predicted values. So remember, blindly you can remember one thing. So here what you are going to find out? Predicted values. So what is this? No. Predicted value no, predicted value yes. Actual value no, actual value yes. So predicted value no. So here blindly I am going to take n. And predicted value yes, I am going to take p. Okay. And here no. So this is true. No yes, this is false. Yes no, again false. Yes true. So we got 4 different combinations. What are the 4 different combinations? True negatives, false positives, false negatives, true positives. So true negatives in the sense, so let me take a decision. The doctor is going to predict the disease. So what he is going to predict, the particular patient is not having disease. No, there is no disease. No. Actually, what it is, the disease is no. Okay, just let us consider. So the patient undergone a test, COVID test ankunam. So actually the patient is not suffering with COVID. No. And the doctor predicted there is no disease. So what is that? True negatives. So let me take this true negative value. For example, there are 50 records in the okay na. And one more is, what is that? The doctor predicted as S. There is a disease ani anukuntunnadu. But actually that patient is not having the disease. So what is this? False positive. So there are 10 records are there. And one more is, the doctor is predicting there is no disease, but actually there is a disease. So what is this? False negative. So there are 5 records. And the doctor is predicting there is disease. Actually the patient is also having the disease. That is, what is that? True positives. So here the total value 55, here the total value 110, here the total value 105, here the total value 60. Okay. So here what we are going to find out? So we need to find out what we need to find out. So that is the what we can call error rate, accuracy, precision, recall. So these are the things we need to calculate. So how accurately we are predicted, and what is the error rate in our prediction, and in order to find out the correctness, what we are going to use, there are 2 values we are going to use, that is precision and recall. So in order to find out these values, what we are going to use, confusion matrix is going to be used. So here confusion matrix. So first one, I am going to calculate recall. So what is a recall? So recall equals to true positives by actual yes. True positives by actual yes. So how many true positives? So this is the true positives. That means the doctor predicted there is a disease, and actually the patient is also having the disease. So whether that is the true positive. And actual yes, what are the actual number of yes? So this will give you the recall value, some 100 by 105. So this is 0.95 will be the recall value. And how can we get the accuracy? Accuracy can be measured in terms of TP plus TN by total. So what is TP? True positives and true negatives. How many number of records we have identified as true positives, and how many number of records we identified as true negatives. So what is that? TP plus TN by total. So what we are going to get? 100 plus 50 by 165. 100 plus 50 by 165, 0.91. So what is the accuracy? How accurately we are able to measure the system? So ఎంత accuracy తోటి మనం measure చేయగలిగాం? 0.91. That means 91% of accuracy is there for our model. So while predicting the results. And what is the error rate? Error rate equals to 1 minus accuracy, 1 minus 0.91. So what is this? 0.09. 0.09 will be the error rate. So ప్రతి ఏదైనా మోడల్ డెవలప్ చేసినప్పుడు we cannot predict that 100% accuracy, right? So here what we are going to do, the error rate will be the 0.09. Clear? And then next, precision. How can we compute the precision? So true positives by predicted S. So here true positives by actual S, we are going to get the recall value. So true positives by predicted S, we are going to get the precision value. So 100 by 110, 0.64. So if the precision and recall values are higher, then the model is going to be get good model. So in order to measure the model which we are going to be used to predict the results, so we are going to use the confusion matrix. So using the confusion matrix, we are able to find out the what is the accuracy and what is the error rate, what is the recall, what is the precision values. So this is a very simple technique. So here what you have to consider, so these are the actual values, these are the predicted values. In simply you can remember that. So whenever we are going with the predicted no, so ఈ కాలంలో నో పెట్టేసుకోండి డిఫాల్ట్గా. And predicted is positive. And if these two are equal, then true. If they are non-equal, false. Simple way to remember all these things. Clear? So this is about confusion matrix. So this is the today's class. So if you find any doubts, you can raise the queries, or you can forward me your queries, so that I am here to resolve all the issues. Thank you.